Hi, my name is Charlie Bird, and as you know, we're living in very strange and interesting times. And when you live in strange and interesting times, you have to do things in novel and strange ways. Well, today I'm launching a book about the arms crisis and the arms trial of 1970 by David Burke. And I'm down here at Dublin Port with David. David, why are we here at Dublin Port to launch this book online?
Because 50 years ago, Irish military intelligence tried to ship in a consignment of arms, and unbeknownst to them, there was a provisional IRA unit, armed units on standby to hijack the arms. And one of the myths of the arms crisis is that the guns were being brought in for the provisional IRA. Well, they weren't. Otherwise, the IRA wouldn't have been here ready with arms to hijack it.
Well, we know that two government ministers, Charlie Haughey and Neil Blaney, Captain James Kelly and others, were put on trial for attempting to bring in these arms. Now, a recent book by Michael Haughey, a former colleague of mine, says that the Taoiseach of the day, Jack Lynch, knew exactly what was going on. In your book, do you accept, do you believe, have you unearthed that Jack Lynch was also up to his oxters in knowing about the attempted importation of these arms?
I agree entirely. At least 4 people knew at the time what was going on. One of them is still alive. I've spoken to him. He's in the book.
He's in the book?
He's in the book, yes.
And we'll be happy for it to be named.
Yes, yes.
My God. Okay, so the other thing which I found fascinating towards the end of the book, you're talking about British spies and spooks, the embassy in Dublin. So what the hell was going on?
Well, the British embassy was a nest of spies. They had a shrewd idea, but not a perfect idea, of what was going on. They sent one of their agents over. He was nearly assassinated by the IRA in Dublin. Irish military intelligence had to step in to stop it. But they made one catastrophic mistake along the way, and they became terrified later on that this was going to appear in Captain Kelly's book. And Captain Kelly had a publisher in England, but they stymied that. They in fact even stole a copy of the manuscript to see what was in the book.
They stole a copy of the book?
Oh yes, yes.
Do you think they might do the same for your book?
I doubt it. I'll give them a present of it.
You'll give them a present of it. Well, towards the end of the book, another most fascinating couple of chapters, you talk about a man called the Deceiver. Now, you won't name him for us today, but his name is in the book. So what was this Deceiver doing? Who was he deceiving?
The Deceiver is a very well-known provisional IRA leader. He was lurking in the background. He was pulling the string of the police and the Department of Justice.
Pulling the string of the police and the Department of Justice?
Yeah, he was feeding them lies and he was deceiving them, and he was full of mischief, and he created the arms crisis, in my view, out of nothing. There would have been no arms crisis without him. Fianna Fail wouldn't have split, the ministers wouldn't have been sacked, the feuding in Fianna Fail wouldn't have gone on for decades. Maybe even Charlie Haughey might never have become Taoiseach, and the Progressive Democrats were another byproduct of the crisis. Perhaps none of that would have happened but for this one individual.
But his name is in the book and towards the end.
You have to read till the end to find out.
Okay, so there you are. And so if you want to read this most fascinating book, if you want to get a copy of it in your hand or you want to get it online, well, you know where to do. Go off and get it. It'll be out in the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks. Thank you.